Hello, 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 and welcome to the show. My name is Kyron Mountain, and we're joined by Cody as always. This time I got him in a cool TV. He's over here though. He's like
Oh yeah,
Space Ghost TV. Cody, how you been, my dude?
I've been good. How about yourself?
Ah, can't complain too much. No one listens anyways, right?
Oh yeah, I got a wisdom tooth removed today, so if I see him a
Take
little
off!
in
Just
and
one?
out, yeah, yeah, they.
Was it like the last one, or is this the first one coming out? What's the story?
Oh, it's the first one. I opted for one because right before I was getting ready to go in, like work started calling me, so I thought I kind of had to be somewhat lucid today.
Were you going in for all four? Or are you planning on getting all four? What's the story?
Oh, I'm definitely planning on getting all four, but
Okay. Well, no,
I had
the
to get.
reason why I ask is because my brother-in-law apparently didn't even have them. He's weird. He's a freak.
Apparently, damn, I wish I could say the same thing though.
Right? Sorry for the bad looping video. We'll have this looking better next time. I just thought we'd have a little bit better of a visual. And we can still pull up a screen and talk about stuff. I just noticed it's looping bad. So you're going in, you got the one done.
Yep.
So you're going to go in and get the other three done at once? Or are you going to get one more done and then one more done and then one more done?
Uh, God, if it's anything like today, it'll probably just be one at a time.
Okay, can I suggest go all in and just go in and go home? Like, because I got all four of mine done at the same time, and I had a lot of fun, I'll be honest. I was a goof.
Okay. I mean, I'll definitely take that. Like I said, I thought I had to be somewhat lucid since people were asking me questions all day today.
Nah. Mind you, I will say this. When I got mine pulled, I ended up, I just went home and slept for the next 2 days. So, yeah, I think you probably made the right choice. So what side are you sore on?
This
side?
say right side. Yeah.
Okay. So if it starts ballooning up in the middle of the show, we know why.
Mhm.
We'll
If
try.
I start sounding like I did earlier, like an old timey prospector, then I think we're okay.
Well, so you
Yeah,
know what?
but
With that news, we'll try and keep the show short this week, just to try and benefit you, so you don't get dry socket, my dude. Because there's nothing worse than dry socket.
oh,
Yeah, it just even sounds bad, doesn't it?
yeah, I'm not.
Don't look it up. Just don't do any sucking through straws and shit, or you're gonna be in a lot of pain. This week I wanted to talk about. Oh, where did my I had an article here. I sent it to you a little earlier, and we had both chatted it and read it. So now, oh, you know what I did? I sent you the link to the actual thing. I didn't send you a link to the article. What a jerk I am.
Well, this is about.
Pardon
Oh
me?
yeah, sorry. Go ahead. No, I said this is about Amazon's cloud gaming, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
fill us in. What do you know?
I mean, I was actually looking at. I know it really launched only like what a day or two ago, something
So
like
the
that.
story from what I read in the article, it's been out in beta for over a year now, but just as of yesterday, it's opened up to like a non-invitational beta. It's still not live and official. It's got like early access, but you can now go in and sign up for it. If you have a Prime membership, it looks like there's already 4 games that you can play for free. And then they want you, this is the thing I wanted to chat about. They want you to sign up for channel packs. I don't know about you where you live, but where I live in Canada, Shaw Cable, that's where I get my cable from. They want you to buy channel packs. So I thought it was really interesting that we're looking at channel packs for video games. Like there's the retro channel, Jackbox,
Right.
action games, racing games. I even saw like there's an RPG, and I saw a retro one too. Where it's like, but you have to buy these channels for these packs of games that might not always be there. What?
Right, and the retro one is what, $5 right off the bat.
I think I saw the retro and the Jackbox were the cheapest too. Yeah.
So we get to put this together like a cable subscription.
So it's the same way in the States with you guys. It's like a cable subscription.
It's just like you get like what 80 something channels right off the bat, and then if you want to, you
get
can add
Family
this
Channel
extra.
and
Yeah, add this extra channel pack so you can get all the Disney channels or whatever. And then if you want Showtime and HBO, that's extra. If you want Stars, all the premium.
So how does this make you feel? I'm curious as a gamer.
I don't know because I already have Xbox Game Pass, and granted, it doesn't have everything I'd necessarily want on there, and sometimes there's nothing on there I'm interested in. Very rarely, but it does happen. But I mean, it sounds like it could get pretty costly pretty quick.
It could, but at the same time, it could also be super, super cheap because we were even talking about how when you have a Prime membership, you're getting so many games for free. I'm looking at these games right now. There's Observer, System Redux. I've never heard of that one. I think I've seen it before. I've seen Flashback. It's like an Uber. I noticed it's in the retro channel, so you're getting a little taste. Devil May Cry 5. You could beat Devil May Cry 5 for free if you have the internet and Prime. It's kind of cool. And Fogs, which my kids have played, and it looks like a lot of fun. But again, I think my kids played it on Game Pass. So as a free service, I think that what they're doing is they have to give these Prime members access to a certain amount of games. Otherwise, who's going to, like, the early adopters are going to jump in, like me and you are going to jump in and maybe try it out. And if we like it, then there might be another game that we want. Like, I totally understand someone who'd want to buy the Jackbox games subscription. That one makes sense. The retro one maybe makes sense, but everything else, I'm just like, if I'm going to play an RPG, I'm going to play one RPG. I don't want to be playing for a channel of RPGs because that one RPG is going to take me a long time.
I mean, just looking through the lineup they have here, there's not really a whole lot that suggests that I would be any better off doing this over Game Pass.
Yet. Oh, okay, I lied. You should get the Luna Plus channel, and then you can play through RE7.
Oh, okay. I mean, well, RE7, wait,
isn't that the one we want? 8.
7 was the swamps.
We want 8. Never mind.
Yeah.
So never mind. You don't want 7. I lied.
I mean,
there you go. Control is on here. Medium's on here. Those games are harder to play, like for a computer. So streaming them, possible layer. Do you know what I'm seeing here? I'm seeing a lot of games that Mega Man 11. That'd be great. Wonderful 101. Missed. A lot of games that we were giving away for free over on rather Twitch Prime or even the Epic Store for free. So I guess my other question would be is how are these developers getting paid? I've always wondered that. You know, like same thing with people on Netflix. Do they get paid on as many times as I play it? Do they do the developers of Fogs get paid every time a Prime player plays it? Or did Amazon just flip the bill already for everyone?
You know, I'm not sure if they pay them a premium to be able to feature their content for free to some fashion, you know, like on Game Pass, for instance. Like, I'm sure that the developers get paid.
They have to, or else why would they put their game there? Because they're going to lose sales if it's on. That's my other thought. Are you losing sales by putting your game on Game Pass? Not trying to say, but
it's a good question.
I wouldn't buy the game if I have Game Pass.
Because I'm not sure how much they get paid to do that, because you do see some pretty big titles on there.
And you see them come, and then you see them, sometimes they leave right away, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what was it? Dragon Quest 11?
Is it gone now?
One that was on there. I don't think it is.
Because that's where my save file is on Game Pass.
Yeah. Right, same here.
Yeah.
And even at that, some of Game Pass here recently has gone cloud-based, so...
Yeah, man. I mean, you could play Dragon Quest on your phone. Like, how nuts is that?
Yeah. And for some people, you know, this Amazon, cloud gaming might make sense, but at the same time, I see it more of a, I don't see it as a good competitor to Steam. I don't see it as a good competitor for Game Pass. I'm wondering.
Okay, so let's talk about Stadia then. Is it a good competitor to Stadia?
I thought Stadia was practically dead.
It's doing pretty good, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cloud gaming is. I mean, there's the people that you do it, and I think what the advantage with things like Stadia and this is all you have to do is have a controller. And I mean, if you really, really, really want to buy in and get the whole console experience with this, you buy their controller, right?
Mm.
And then you just need to make sure you have a decent internet connection and you're playing games just the way you're watching Netflix. I've taken advantage of the cloud-based stuff on Game Pass, and it works amazingly as long as you've got a stable connection.
Mm. Okay, I mean, that's not too. I mean, it obviously streaming everything eventually, cloud-based, whatever it may be, is the way of the future.
I remember in college, my teacher telling me, he's like, everything's going on the cloud. And I was like, what? This doesn't make sense. And even just storing stuff in the cloud didn't make sense back then.
I mean, the only problem with that is that there's still a lot of areas that can't get good broadband. They can't get good internet connection, so you're leaving them in the dust.
Just recently, my area where we're living got fiber. Before that, we were using cell phones. Like you'd use cell tower internet.
Okay, yeah, and say just like use it as a hotspot and.
Yeah, well, that's what we would do. We'd have to go to like your AT&T or whatever and grab an actual home unit that looked like a modem and a router, and you just put it in your home, and then we would have to use the mobile internet off of it, basically. So you'd put a SIM in it, and that's what we'd have to do before. So it was bizarre going from like something almost worse than dial-up to fiber. So, and that's because of fiber, we're able to do the show with you and my lovely TV. Sorry, I just really think this is funny as stink. I love having people in TVs.
No, I absolutely like it. Especially, I mean, I've seen a few TVs like that in my day from like relatives and other people who owned them.
I have a dream, a fantasy of going to like the dump one day. And at the dump here, they've got this kind of like just drop something off if it still works, and someone else will pick it up and take it. Of finding this beautiful retro CRTV that doesn't work, just to like have as something on the shelf somewhere as a backdrop.
Yeah, I mean, I think actually my dad still has a few like old CRT TVs.
So cool.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure they still work.
I saw a video recently where they were trying to run a PlayStation 5 on a CRTV, and they were questioning, they're like, why does this look so good? Because apparently it just looks gorgeous. However they did it. I didn't watch the video. I just thought it was interesting that, there's still people trying to do old school stuff like that. I think it's a lot of fun.
I don't know. I'm surprised it would look good even on one of those, which, I mean, I guess when I had trying to think, was it PlayStation 3 initially, whenever they first got released? I was still playing it on old CRT.
I love it. Well, that's true. Yeah, no. What do you mean when what first got released?
The PlayStation 3.
Oh, you were still playing it on... Yeah, okay. Because I'm like, I remember playing my original PlayStation on a CRTV.
Yeah. No, the PlayStation 3, because I still had obviously the red, white, yellow.
Yeah, man.
Going from that to that.
Yeah, man. I love the red, white, yellow. So what do we got? We've got Stadia. We've got Amazon now. There's Game Pass as a part of it. Is there another? There's one more streaming service I'm forgetting, isn't there? For gaming?
I don't know, because a lot of things have their own internal...
Oh, I'm thinking of like someone that I would like, if we were doing a tier list, I would say tier 1 would be your Stadia, your Amazon, your Game Pass, but tier 2 would be your things like NVIDIA. Because I know I've got NVIDIA's streaming app on my phone, and I'm in a beta where I can play an hour of Fortnite a day without paying. And it's the only reason I was doing it is because Fortnite's in beta for it. But, I mean, if you go in there, it's the same thing. You could pay to have different games. Actually, the really cool thing about the NVIDIA system, if I remember correctly, is they scan your system for what games you have, and then they just let you play those on the streaming app. So if your computer sucks balls, but you have a decent internet connection, you could still play a game with really good graphics.
That's pretty good, then.
Right?
I mean, that's the nice thing about that kind of stuff. At least then you don't have to necessarily have the hardware requirement met.
So I've got an idea now. So back in the day when we were kids, we were talking about this earlier on renting from Blockbuster or Rogers Video is where I went. I loved my Rogers Video. Or Jumbo Video. I think it was an Alberta only one. What was one that you guys had that was exclusive to you?
Video Vault was one.
That's a good name.
Family Rental, I'm pretty sure, was another one.
That's wholesome.
Yeah.
But I think maybe this is going to come back to the new era, because I've always said, we should be able to just play like the first 15 minutes of a game. And I'd even pay a deposit to play the first 15 minutes of a game and go, oh, okay, I'm out. And I know you can do this stuff on Steam, but it's always like, then you have to ask for a refund instead of asking like, I want to keep playing. Could this online bit be the new rental system? Could you, because this is what I'm thinking, was the NVIDIA thing where it scans your system, you're then basically renting a computer somewhere else to play the game. Could I rent a PlayStation 5 somewhere else to play the game that, because I can't find a PlayStation 5, could I just rent someone else's and play off of it?
I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting thing to think about. I mean, maybe not so much for the systems, because I don't know if while the console battles are still ongoing, they would ever do anything primarily cloud-based. They'll experiment around with it, but there's going to be some kind of lock and key with it.
So this guy, my Aya, have I showed you this guy before?
I think so.
Okay, I talk about him a lot, and I love it. It's like a full Windows PC that's basically the same size as my Switch. Okay, so I don't own a PlayStation. I'm unfortunately a Nintendo fanboy and highly against PlayStation. We had a PlayStation 3 in the house for a bit, and I just couldn't sleep at night. I felt sick all the time, and I felt gross. And then as soon as we sold it, I felt a lot better. So it was weird. I'm joking.
Right? That betrayal was just weighing on you every night.
It was. I felt like I betrayed myself. I was like, oh. I remember getting rid of my original PlayStation and never wanting to come back, and then I did. But long story short, I still want to play God of War, and this was before God of War came out on PC. You could pay for the online streaming feature with PlayStation, and apparently I could play God of War from somewhere, like on a server somewhere else, back on my mobile device. But it had to be PC. It had to be on a PC, so that's why I bring up the PC. They have stuff like that for certain games, but it's not like I can go and play Spider-Man, because I would pay for that.
I would too. I haven't played any of those new Spider-Man games, and it's actually
you
made
were missing
by,
out, bro.
Well, it's made by Insomniac, isn't it? Which made Ratchet and Clank. So they've already got my interest.
You have a PlayStation, don't you?
I have a PlayStation 4. I haven't upgraded.
So you could play the OG Spider-Man, or you could even play the new Miles one, couldn't you? I think that's out for the 4.
All I gotta do is clear some hard drive space, and then because the disk drive doesn't work on it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Did you?
It gave up a little while ago.
Was it gave up, or was it a kid? Because I'm pretty sure it was a kid that borked my Wii U disk drive.
You know, I don't know. It could have been, but I don't have any proof, and I'm not going to lay that blame at anybody's doorstep.
Oh, so I did that. I see how it is. No, I'm kidding. Also, the time when it happened, I remember catching my little 1.5-year-old with his fingers touching everything on the TV. So it's my own fault. I own it. I'm not trying to put the onus, but I only just say that because I know you have little fingers in your house as well. Speaking of little fingers, I want to show off the thing on your one shoulder. I don't think it's coming through on the TV. You got the Ender Dragon. Can you pull him into frame a bit? Like pick him up? Because he's totally not in the TV.
This was something that my son got.
I love it.
It was a Christmas gift for him.
And it's Lego, you said?
No. This one, it does look like a Lego.
It's a building block system, though, right?
Yeah. And It's got like three buttons on its back. One flaps the wings. The other, it doesn't have any batteries in it right now, but make it roar. And then you can also insert some, because the mouth opens too.
That's awesome.
And it actually like sprays out mist.
Take off. Do you have to fill that for the mist with anything?
It has some kind of like dropper that you basically fill up, and then
And then we've got Eggman, or that's not Eggman. That's what
is
an egg mech.
Yeah, so
like he's inside there somewhere, I imagine.
Yeah, if anybody's played Sonic 2, when you get to Death Egg Zone, that is, that's the last boss right there. That's the one you.
If anyone's played Sonic 2, I'm sorry. If you're listening to this and you haven't played Sonic 2, please turn it off right now and go play Sonic 2 and then come back.
I was going to say, get your priorities straight.
Right?
Like, play some Sonic 2.
Same thing. And then we've got some rupees over your right shoulder. Again, they're not coming through on the TV. We'll try and have a widescreen TV next week. That's what we'll do. Can you grab one of those rupees? I'd love to see one, please.
They're a little beat up, but I got.
Do they come out? Or are they heavy?
It's actually meant to be paperweights, I think.
Oh, that is cool.
And the chest they come in, too. which again, maybe I can just push it in front of Eggman.
Yeah,
here
put in
real
front of
quick.
Eggman because Eggman's in the shot. But yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, whenever you open that, it does the old.
Can you do it? Can we hear?
I don't know. Let's see if the microphone will pick it up. Whoops. Just stuff.
Oh yeah, you had him fancy looking.
Yeah.
So it's like.
So let's see here. Did you hear that?
Pull it back a bit from the mic and try one more time. Like leave it on the couch and
Okay.
do it again.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna pick up.
No. Oh well.
Stuff.
Oh well. That's still really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I love the geek toys.
Oh god, yeah. You know what the funny part is like all these are things that my son wanted, and I didn't introduce him to these things. He just saw them.
Really?
And was like, yeah, he was like, I want those, and then.
Did he know what they were ahead of time?
Well, Sonic, yes, because
Okay.
he saw me playing Sonic and one time, and he was like, "Let me play." So then that started a Sonic phase for like 2-3 years. But his main introduction into video games in general was Super Smash Brothers.
Take off. Which version?
We started with when he was younger with the Wii U version.
That's a good one to start with.
Well, I mean, so many characters. Like he'd be like, "Oh, all these characters are from Super Smash Bros." And be like, "Well, you want to see where else they are?"
I bet that was awesome for him. Who was his favorite? Can I ask? Do you know? Do you remember?
Currently, it is Cloud from
Makes
Final
sense.
Fantasy
Yeah,
VII,
my boy
of
loves
course.
Cloud.
But he also loves Solid Snake, which I have not shown him Metal Gear Solid. It's a little out of his age range.
A little bit. I haven't even played any Metal Gears. I'll be honest. I know who Snake is though. Question then, you said, hey, do you want to see who was the first person or the first franchise that you're like, okay, no, this is the real franchise? Was that Sonic?
Yeah. Sonic he got introduced to around the same time. So then Mario, definitely, and Pac-Man.
Yes. So what did you show him, like the original arcade game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Waka,
and
waka. And Donkey Kong, of course. Like,
oh, so you gave him a straight up history lesson.
Oh yeah, and then so as a result, he has because of my own nerdiness, I guess, and showing him where some of these characters came from. Like, he also saw me playing Marvel vs. Capcom, which is what got him into Marvel stuff.
Oh
so,
boy.
Right? Like he.
Okay, I asked because I asked about not Street Fighter. I asked about Smash. Who's his favorite Marvel from that game, or Marvel versus Capcom?
Oh God.
Like, who did he latch on to? I guess is what I'm curious.
If I had to say his favorite Marvel character in general is probably Venom.
He's a good kid.
But exactly, like he loved Spider-Man, he loved Iron Man. Captain America was kind of started off as his favorite at first, but then it gradually swung into now it's just everything Venom.
Good. Show him anti-Venom. He's cool. He's like a white Venom instead of black.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to show off.
He's cool.
Well, there's so many good symbiote characters.
Well, there's Venom, like the OG Eddie Brock Venom. Then there's what's the one that Thompson becomes when he has no legs? Agent Venom. That's a great Venom.
That's a good one. Of course, Carnage is up there.
Oh, we're talking actual symbiotes like Shriek and Carnage and all them.
Oh yeah, Shriek, Carnage. Of course, then there's I guess the King in Black, the king of the symbiotes, Null.
I watched a video about him as he was like, and apparently Eddie's some kind of like symbiote god now or something.
Yes, there's a huge crossover event where, Null kind of tried to make his big power grab, and Eddie wound up becoming the new symbiote god, essentially.
Well, and then his son has got some weird ass symbiote powers too. Hey.
Yes, the younger Brock was actually the one the King in Black or Null was looking for the whole time,
or scared of. It seemed like he was looking for him, or he was scared of him, or like he was trying to get rid of a threat that could end him, kind of thing.
Definitely a little bit of both.
Yeah.
One of those, I need to find it. He can stop me, but as it turns out, Eddie Brock was fully capable.
Well, and you know what? Personally, if we're talking about the story, I like to tell myself that the reason why the kid was the chosen or whatever was because of Betty, right? He got it. He got whatever he has is because of rather Eddie or Venom, the symbiote Venom, right? He inherited it, right? So it kind of makes sense that I think Eddie's technically dead and a god right now.
Yeah, somewhat.
Do you know what's funny enough? Now that I think about it, you know who else is dead and a god right now in the DC universe is Wonder Woman.
That's true.
Diana,
wasn't it at the end of Death Metal?
Yeah,
right?
Death Metal. She's now a god, and I forget what the new Diana Price is what we're saying, but there's a new Wonder Woman now. I think what was her name? Whoever the I'm thinking like Kid Flash became Flash and whatever became whatever.
Wasn't Donna Troy?
Donna Troy. I don't think it was Donna. No, I don't think it was Donna.
So, either.
But that's who I was thinking of was Donna. So you're right. It wasn't Donna. Donna's not at. Donna's too cool for that. Okay, geek moment. Speaking of Donna, have you watched Titans?
No,
bro. Donna is a badass. Watch Titans.
Is she?
Yeah.
I kind of had a problem with some of the stuff they did with the Red Hood.
Okay, so how early on did you watch it, and where did you get your problem? We'll talk about it because I've watched it and I love it.
Mostly Red Hood's origin.
What's wrong with his origin? He got killed by the Joker.
He did, but the whole reason of him coming back
was Scarecrow
becoming the Red Hood doesn't really make sense anymore.
Why not? Tell me.
Because the thing he was always pissed off about was the fact that Batman never killed the Joker.
Oh, and in this one, he does kill the Joker.
Yeah, so it retcons it in a way that you're just kind of like, I really don't understand your motivation as much anymore.
See, I always thought, what's his name? What am I thinking? Not Kyle. I want to call him Kyle. What's Red Hood's?
Oh, Jason.
Jason Todd. I was thinking Kyle, like Selena for some reason. No, Todd. Jason Todd. When he came back, and his character always just kind of feels like a little. I don't want to belittle him too much, but he's just a snot-nosed brat somewhat, right? Like Batman picked him up, and he was the one that was stealing Batman's tires in the comics, right?
Yep, I actually have that issue.
No way! How much is that worth these days, I wonder?
Oh God, I don't know.
Like, never ever trade it, just that's out of curiosity, because like collector's items are fun like that, man.
Yeah, it's one of the few comics I actually own, and I have it sitting in a lovely plastic sheet in my bedroom.
Please and thank you for telling me. Thank you for putting it in a plastic sheet. Thank you. And we're gone. That's probably a good editing point, anyways. Let's wait for him to come back, and then we'll wrap up the show. We've got 30 minutes on the clock, anyways, so we won't have a bunch of edits for you, Adam. I was just telling Adam that was a great edit point. So I think I was going. Thank you so much for having that in a sleeve.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've taken it out to look through it because I couldn't remember what issue it was, but then all of a sudden I see this, red-haired kid
taking the tires off the Batmobile.
Yeah.
And I love that. How cocky is that, hey?
It's pretty ballsy.
But that was his second origin story, technically, wasn't it? Like that's when they retconned his origin, because originally he was just he was a Dick Grayson duplicate.
Kinda.
I could be having the wrong guy. I could be thinking of a different Robin.
Might be a different one. Although, I mean, all the Robin origin stories are after Dick are kind of funny. Like,
why so?
Well, Jason Todd steals the wheels off the Batmobile. Batman, it's a very lighthearted version of kidnapping, or if you ever watch any of Panda Red's TikTok stuff.
In that comic, he finds out that he's got no parents and he's living on his own. He doesn't kidnap him, but okay.
We'll call it express adoption.
Sure. Express.
Yeah.
Express. I like that. It's like Express Panda, but just adoption.
Yeah. Well, that's actually, I stole that from a TikToker, Panda Red. He does amazing Batman stuff. If you ever get a chance to look at his stuff,
I'll check it out for sure.
It's hilarious. But he, what was it? The second one, or the one after Jason Todd, Tim Drake.
Yep.
Basically,
he found out he was Batman. That's how he became Robin.
By basically being a detective. But one of the ways he found out was by observing uh, he saw, what was it, Robin or Nightwing pull off a move that only Dick Grayson knew.
And they do that in the show, and it's really cool. So the way they explain it in the show is that he's like, I followed you as a, like, because he ends up confronting Dick, and he says, so I used to love watching you. I was there when your parents died, and that was the other retcon that they did. They doesn't I'm not saying Todd. No, who was after Todd again?
Drake.
Drake. After Drake was apparently in the crowd in the comics too. Hey, that's what's
yeah.
bizarre to
like
me.
that.
So he's like, yeah, I saw Robin pull off this move that only this Grayson's move that I remember that your parents and you used to do, and now I see Nightwing doing it. Dude, I figured you out. So yeah, they did it in the show too.
I absolutely love the Bat family. Which leads me to be really excited for that upcoming game, though.
Yes.
Was it Gotham Knights?
I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I don't want to play as Batman. I want to be Robin. I want to be Red Hood. I want to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Hands down, best Robin. What's your best Robin then? What's your favorite?
I still got to go with Tim Drake.
Tim Drake.
Yep. Best detective, coffee aficionado, hyperactive. Although Damian Wayne is a lot of fun.
That's the one I would go with. Is Damian Wayne? He's my favorite Robin.
Which again, I think is. I don't think Damian's going to be in the game.
Yep.
I think it's Jason Todd.
No, it's I'm almost certain it's Damian because you can play as Red Hood, Robin, or Nightwing, or Batgirl. I think those were the four you could be, or at least that they've shown off of the Bat family. Okay. Unless I'm mistaken, do you know what? I'm almost certain it's four. Is it a different four?
I don't know, because if you substitute out Damian Wayne for Tim Drake, it still makes sense. Because you still have your four that way, because you still have Batgirl.
Okay. But so the only thing I'm going to say is, if I remember correctly, the Robin was younger and shorter than Grayson. So, I mean,
depends on what era they go with.
Yeah, or what story they're telling, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I just got hopeful that it was Damian.
I'll look it up. I'll start looking it up and find out.
I love it.
But that is, related to the Arkhams. Well, it's not related to the Arkham stuff. It's not the same universe technically, but it's.
I feel like it's like it is the same universe, but it's not following the same. It's like a spin-off.
Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is actually part of the universe.
Yes, I knew that.
Of the Arkham games.
Oh,
but this one is not. It only says Robin and Red Hood. So technically, it could be Damian Wayne. Hold on here.
Well, either way, it can't be Grayson and it can't be Todd.
Yeah, it's Tim Drake.
It's Drake. So, I'm okay with that. That means they can add Damian later. Because doesn't Todd become Red Robin later on?
No, Tim Drake becomes Red Robin.
That's what I said. What did I say?
I think you said Todd.
Oh,
Tim Drake becomes Red Robin.
Yes, that's what I meant to. That's what I meant to say. The third Robin becomes Red Robin.
After that brief stint where he was dumb enough to just go by his name, he went by Drake for a while.
Like the singer?
Like well, it's another type of bird, I guess. So they kept the bird theme alive.
Well, let's be honest. Red Robin, his costume sucks. Like, if he wasn't such a badass detective, his whole character would suck balls. I'm sorry. He should have stayed as regular Robin.
That's pretty fair, actually.
Yeah, like Red Hood is cool. Nightwing is badass as shit. Even if Damian decides to be someone besides Robin, I'm sure it'll be cooler than Red Robin.
Yeah.
He'll be Blue Robin. Like, what the... Why did you just add a color to it?
Red Robin will probably last only about as long as the actual Red Robin burger joint doesn't actually figure out who to serve the lawsuit to get him to stop using that name.
His name's been around for a while, though. I've even seen some like animated stuff where I'm like, I had to explain to my son who Red Robin was, and he's like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he's kind of goofy looking, isn't he?" But but I will say, back to Titans for a second. If you as someone saying that you love the Bat family, I will say the most recent season I was complaining that Titans, the show Titans, just felt like the Bat family show because it was happening in Gotham. And it was dealing with all Batman villains and Batman characters, and they just added the Titans into it. And I was like, this feels ucky. This isn't a Titans show anymore. This is Batman. Well, but the thing is, I would watch a Batman Smallville.
Actually, yeah.
Speaking of that, have you watched Smallville? Have you ever watched Smallville?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen every episode of it, but I was in it for off and on
I
for a
have.
while.
I was an avid follower of that show. I don't know. And that was back in the day when I hated Superman. And I think what I appreciated about the show is Superman's just too powerful, right?
Mhm.
This
Oh,
show humanized Clark a lot.
Mhm.
And have you watched Superman and Lois? That's a show you should jump on.
I have not.
Jump all over it.
Did you see the what was it? The Flashpoint event in the Arrowverse?
I've watched all the Arrowverse. You want to talk Arrowverse?
Yes.
I'm here, buddy.
I say whenever you got to see Tom Welling back as Superman, just for a brief bit.
And what's her name? Eliza or whatever as Lois?
Yeah.
Actually, just today I was showing my wife. There was a photo on Reddit of her and Tom Welling with the two twins from the new show, like Clark's kids, in all of a picture together. So it was like, oh, it's mom, dad, and the kids, but it's different mom and dad. You know what I just realized? So in Superman and Clark, not Lois and Clark, that's a different show. Superman and Lois, they have twin sons, which is kind of different than the comics because right now it's just Jonathan Kent, right? And he's the new he's the current Superman, isn't he?
Because he went on some kind of mission that aged about 30. Looks like
he aged about 30 years. You said you glitched out a little bit, and we lost him again.
Old Superman. We freeze up for a second. Oh, yeah. No, so he looks like an adult Superman now. But
so say that again. He went on a mission that what?
Aged him like 30 years or something like that. So he looks like an adult Superman, and the other Superman,
Clark,
is currently off-world doing something else. Well, that was the last I read.
Well, I mean, let's think about it.
Doing something else.
It's kind of fun. So right now, Diana Pryce isn't around. Clark Kent isn't around. I bet Bruce goes somewhere next, and let's just get some cool stories with some of the other people in the same universe, right?
Yeah, why not? Actually,
they did that with Batman because Dick took up the mantle for a bit, right?
Yeah, he's pretty decent at it too.
I thought so. I thought him and Damian were a killer combo.
They were pretty good.
Yeah,
like a Jason Todd Damian Wayne combo would be terrifying.
Everyone would be dead. Yes. Okay. It was just like everyone would be dead.
There would be way too much murder going on.
Do you know what it would be like? It would be like Gimli and who's the elf?
Legolas.
Legolas keeping score.
Yeah, it would be. Although there'd probably be some kind of weird game like scavenger hunt too to find out like you never guess what I did.
Oh yeah, you never like I don't know if you remember those old commercials where they would do the hockey puck off the blah 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 off the blah 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 into the blah, and those guys would do. They'd be doing like who could get the most ricochets before killing a guy or something.
Oh yeah. It would definitely be yeah, it just would not end well.
So I forget, you mentioned something. Oh, the Flashpoint crossover where we got to see Smallville. That was so cool to see the actual place too. You ever watch Michael Rosenbaum, Lex Luthor, his podcast?
Every now and then I catch clips of it.
It's interesting.
It's always interesting.
Yeah,
it's interesting to hear some of the stuff he actually like. Just some of the stories he has are ridiculous.
I bet. Hey, I think we're running out of speed, so I think this is probably a great place to wrap it up. Is there anything you wanted to mention this week before we wrap her up too much?
No, not that I could think of. I mean, got the plug for Gotham Knights in there because I've just been looking forward to that for a while.
When does that come out? Do we know?
No, just sometime this year.
It was like it's like that new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat 'em up just this year.
Right. Which, again, I could always use more turtles in my life.
Dude, when that game comes out, we are finding a way to play together. I'll buy it on Steam. That's what I'll do. Buy it on Steam, and we'll do Steam Link, and we'll do an episode.
Yes, that would be great.
Let's do that. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. If you guys, in the links down below, there will be a link to the Discord. If you want to hit up Cody or myself, please, please, please come chat with us. We're over there. I think I'm going by Kyron, and you go by
Professor Tooth. Professor Prof Tooth.
That's I see Prof Tooth. Okay, Prof Tooth. He's Prof Tooth. Go look for him and come chat with us, hang out. And next week we're not gonna do a let's play per se, but we're gonna try and do some Steam Link and see what that turns out like.
Oh yeah.
We'll try.
Yes, I think that would be a lot of fun. Well, we'll see. We'll see how well
if
we do
technology
with that.
helps us out, because we had problems today as it was on both ends.
Yeah.
So it's all good, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, go play something. Sorry, that's my sign off. I like that one.
It's a good one.
You know what? I got a compliment on it once, and